How are you doing, Internet? I'm Bnuts and welcome back to STO. I am going to try to do the vault as quickly as possible. And here we are.
Obviously, this station isn't as abandoned as Intel suspected. Sensors are reading several Riemann ships in the area, and that's just the ones that we can spot. That station is immense. It must have taken an incredible amount of manpower and technology to build it. It's almost the size of a small moon.
Good thing it's no Death Star.
Sensors are reading a sophisticated tachyon detection network, as well as several patrolling vessels. For an abandoned station, this facility certainly has a lot of activity. My people are experts at stealth technology. If we want to approach unseen, we must avoid confrontation and find a way to evade or jam their sensor grid. We must assume that if we engage the ships here, they'll notify whoever is left on the station, and it may become difficult to find an entry point.
Alright. We have to evade the patrols, which fortunately our sensors are very good at picking up.
This asteroid is unusually large, and it's clearly been mined. It was probably used for raw construction materials, like most of the debris here. This particular asteroid contains pergium, titanium, and uranium. It was probably tractored from a nearby system and brought here to construct hull components and power systems. We could probably cut a piece from the asteroid with our weapons for further analysis.
Here we go.
This fragment is full of duranium. With a little bit of radiation, it'll cause duranium shadows on scanners, which would look like a weapon suite. If the Tal Shiar set up their sensor net appropriately, their scanners will exclude this kind of stellar debris. If we give the fragment a nudge with our tractor beam and follow along behind it, we could slip through the sensor grid. Follow that rock.
Oh, we're not following the big one. How far can we follow it? Oop.
Approaching the tachyon grid perimeter. If we're detected by it, that will definitely alert the Riemanns. The Riemanns are all over this system. If we start a fight with one of the ships, we'll probably have to fight them all. And there's no telling how many are cloaked here. We have a number of possible options to explore. All of the construction work out here must have required the use of a lot of worker shuttles and a communication booster. We might be able to dig up some information about the station's communication network, if we can find a subspace relay satellite. The Riemanns are all over. Sensors are reading a small derelict worker ship near some of the asteroid debris. We might find helpful clues. The Riemanns are all over. The material requirements to make a base of that size must have been enormous. There's a lot of stellar debris here, probably remnants of asteroids or fragments from moons that were mined for raw materials.
So we already did that.
The Riemanns are all over this. There's a small patch of nebula gases near the station. The static discharges in the area are highly intense. We may be able to cover an approach to the station by traveling through the nebula. This would be risky, because the nebula would cloud our tactical displays and interfere with our shields, but it would almost certainly keep the station's sensor grid from detecting us until we're right on top of them. Looks like they left this satellite as a communications booster for their short-range worker shuttles. Unfortunately, it's heavily encrypted. We could use this to boost our own communications, but that doesn't seem to offer any way in to the station itself. Indications are that this vessel was refitted for asteroid mining. Apparently, a containment failure in the engine core led to...
And that doesn't help us at all.
We are now in the micronebula.
See if that will get us through. Okay. I think we're through. So now we just have to find a docking entrance.
Picking up some unusual energy readings. We'll need to explore the accessible interior areas and see what we can find. Looks like there's another access conduit across from us. We'll have to think three-dimensionally in here. Sensor readings are also picking up a few scattered life signs.
So I spent a long time looking up and down this for a way in, thinking that I could sneak my way in when I really can't. And the only way really to go in is past the turrets that are set up here.
We've tripped some security systems.
Not very secure.
Warning, ship is under attack. Integrity below 75%.
I know. There we go.
The doors are a massive set of interior bulkhead doors. They're segmenting the different parts of the base. Possibly a safety measure in case something went wrong in one of the central areas. This defense turret was hooked into part of the security network. There's a security code in its subsystem. Code block 6750. The security key is on a rotation. Each code block matches a piece of one key. Key in the appropriate code when the rotation matches to it. Trying a code on the wrong rotation will probably invalidate that code, so be careful with the timing. That's it. Well done. We should be able to bypass the system and gain access now.
Don't want to get near the buzzy stuff.
That was a little rough. This would be easier if we had a runabout or a Delta Flyer. There's still power in most of the station. Some of these conduits are damaged. Keep an eye out for energy discharges. Microgravity storage crates, mostly construction supplies. No weapons or unusual energy signatures.
My least favorite part. Good. Too close. Yep. Come on, fire on it. Not fond of that. I'll go through on the next one. Now imagine doing this as you're being attacked by scorpion fighters and the Didericks. Not fun.
Above us, that's a Borg sphere. The Tal Shiar must have used this base as a storage facility and research area for Borg technology. Electrical discharges, probably from ionization leaking from the sphere and research nodes. We should be cautious about flying too close to them. The Borg sphere is dormant, like it's been put to sleep. It's not the source of the strange readings that long-range scans detected. Looks like the sphere's hooked into part of the local systems network. We should be able to exit through the other doors now. Probably a safety precaution to keep them locked.
More security.
Warning. Ship is under
Oops. Ooh, that was super close. Okay.
Quiet in this area. Too quiet.
Oh, now you've jinxed us. Let's get this over with. What was that? Thaleron.
This is disturbing. We're looking at a facility used to build Thaleron weapons. If the Remans have infiltrated this base, they may be trying to secure those weapons.
Ah, so our intruder finally arrives at the heart of the matter. Have you seen all that you came to see, little spy? Does it really matter? Call me Obasek, if a name is that important to you. That should be obvious. I intend to make use of this station to further my agenda. Your presence, however, is a bit more curious. I expect that you are operating under the shroud of Empress Sela, whether you realize it or not. Never rely on the noble intentions of spies and thieves, Captain. And you and I are either one or the other.
Show courtesy, my only intent is to determine what is amiss in this station.
I appreciate your level-headedness in an unfortunate situation. As you must have surmised, though, I have already located the Thaleron weapons that I need. One of my ships has completed transporting them, and soon we shall make our first strike against the Romulans in our war for liberation. Sadly, we cannot trust any outside powers to ally with us. Our freedom must be won by our own hand.
The Federation has always promoted freedom. While I cannot condone the use of Thaleron weapons, I can empathize with your position will be a precarious one even if you win your freedom from the Romulans.
Your honesty under pressure is refreshing. Lesser beings would be scheming to learn my plans or begging for mercy. Your intellect and discretion do you credit. Frankly, I'm astonished by your commitment to principle. I had a very low opinion of Starfleet officers. Sadly, this means that you are also a determined enemy, and a dangerous one. I will allow you to explore the station at your leisure, but I cannot allow you to leave. I'm sure you understand my position. Perhaps at some future time, when the Reman people are free, I will be able to free you as well. I must warn you that if you attempt to leave, my warship will have no choice but to destroy your craft. Farewell.
Lots of data. Well, I have to go this way anyway.
Warning. Ship is under attack. Target shield has failed. Target shield has failed.
It'll probably come at me again. There we go.
Target's shield has failed.
Oops. I don't need that. Cloak if you must, I'll still find you. Also, I need to find them. There. Need to find the walls that I can pass through. Middle. The more guy. I am not. Oh. There are two. Ah.
Ship is under attack.
I can take the scorpions. I need to be able to do an end run around them.
Blast the door locks.
Already done.
Ship is under attack.
Make them come after us. Come on. Yep. Oh, can't see. Despite the dialogue I just had, it seems that I'm good. Continuing just where we left off. Okay, this is the tricky one. At least this one's a light. Oh, I can't call on the thing. Oh, shoot. Oh, I can. Wasn't supposed to do that.
must stop Obasek's ship. Reinforcements have arrived and are just past that nebula. We don't have much time. We need to meet with our allies and stop that ship. USS Laza is signaling us. They're going to engage. We are now in the micronebula.
Warning. Ship is under attack. 4 shields failing.
We have no shields.
Warning.
Come on. Come on. Boom. I think it stopped.
We are now in the micronebula.
That was quite an explosion. Probably from the Thalaron weapons carried aboard the ship. We're going to leave the system under high warp to draw off any reinforcements that might come looking. Suggest you return to Federation space.
Oh good, I don't have to fly out with this system too. Hey, I'm back in my T'Pau. I think I might know why I'm not moving. Because I have no impulse engines. Impulse. Can I put that under R&D? Nope. CR39 is a little bit different from K13.
I've taken a preliminary look at your logs, and it seems that things went a bit unexpectedly. I have a feeling this isn't the last time we'll be seeing the vault. The Reman commander you encountered is definitely a major player in the disintegration of the Romulan Star Empire. I'm going to send the information you gathered about him over to an old colleague of mine, Dr. Maximilian Peters, for analysis. If this Reman is a leader in their separatist movement, we'll have to deal with him again. And hopefully Dr. Peters can work up a psychological profile for him, and a sociological analysis of the separatists.
Yeah, anyone who doesn't want to part in the RIC is fine with me. Only issue is his use of weapons.
Our next step will be to decode the signal intelligence and go through any remnants left from the ship that was destroyed near the vault. Now that we know that the Remans were hoping to use Thalaron weapons, we need to figure out their target location. Right now, Starfleet knows far too little about a civil war in the making, but it'll take time to sift through all of the data. Keep in touch. Starfleet will notify you when we have a lead. Oh, and thanks for the good work.
Excellent work. We need to learn more about the conflict between Obasek and the Romulans. Sila's forces may indeed be hounding the Remans, but the use of Thalaron weapons is unacceptable. Not even the Klingons or the Breen will stoop to such barbarism. Starfleet intelligence will be working to decode the list of possible targets you acquired from the base's databank. The next step may be to investigate these sites and find out why the Remans want to destroy them. I do not know. Obasek and his people have traveled a most difficult path. After so many years of oppression and Romulan treachery, it does not surprise me that they are suspicious of anyone. The Remans gained much in the years after the destruction of the Romulan homeworld, but Sila is more secure in her power now, and she may believe that she no longer needs the Remans as allies. If the Romulans seek to enslave the Remans again, there will be bloodshed, Starfleet intelligence has decoded the list of Riemann targets that you recovered from the vault. I need you to investigate one of these locations and determine why Obisek and his forces planned an attack there. The Bahar system is still technically part of the Romulan Star Empire, but Ferengi speculators have moved in, and the Empress has done nothing to remove them. The Ferengi have reopened the mines and are now doing business with anyone with Latinum. You will go to the Bahar system under the pretense of negotiating a possible trade agreement with the Federation. Talk to Madron, the operator of the mines. Convince him to allow you access. Find out all you can. Once we know why Obisek and the Riemans are targeting these mines, then we will be able to decide how to proceed.
I like Obisek, I don't like Madron. That will have to do for this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. You can like, comment below, subscribe, and ring the bell. And I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.